What's up, boys and girls? It's Pastor Jonathan, and I hope you've been enjoying the Splash series as much as I have. I'm okay. Now today, I want to take everything that you and I have learned about diving in to new life. Good job. And I want to put a cap on it. This 2-liter bottle of carbonated water, this is you. The water that's inside of it, looking all nice and sparkly, this is everything that we've learned about who you are when Jesus lives inside of you. Everything we've learned this month, right there. This right here, this is the cap. And I want you to imagine that this is us, making absolutely sure that everything we learn this month stays nice and snug inside of us. So that means even when life gets a little shaky, or maybe like really shaky, no matter how shaky life gets, we won't lose what we've learned. On our first dive into new life, we talked about a woman at a well. And this woman had tried everything she possibly could to try to make herself happy. Maybe you've tried this before too. You tried to be happy on your own by shutting the door, going and playing video games for like hours on end. Maybe you had a whole bunch of leftover Halloween candy and you just started stuffing your face because you're like, I want to make myself happy. But maybe it made you happy for a minute. Maybe even for like an hour or two. But eventually, you probably got unhappy again. And that's the same thing that happened with this woman at the well. No matter what she tried, she always ended up unhappy again. And then Jesus came along and offered her something brand new, something called living water. But this living water, this wasn't something that you just drank out of a cup. What living water meant to her was that she would reach for Jesus every day and let new life splash all over her. And then there was the man at the pool. Do you remember this guy? Yeah, he'd spent his entire life sitting on a dirty mat outside of a healing pool. You see, he couldn't use his legs, and he thought this pool might be his only chance to walk again. And then one day, Jesus walks up to him and gives him some simple instructions. Pick up your mat and walk. And you know what? It actually worked. The man picked up his mat and he walked for the first time in his life. Now, maybe there's something that you think is impossible, but you'd really love to do it. Whether it's learning an instrument, or maybe reading at a higher level, or maybe even just having a good attitude on a bad day. Things you'd be like, oh, it's so hard, it's almost impossible. Well, this story proves that nothing is impossible if you learn to listen to Jesus' instructions. Then there was Mary. Remember when she dumped all of her most expensive perfume on Jesus' feet just to wash them? Man, everybody in that room who was watching Mary was like, she's crazy. But Jesus, he saw something totally different. He saw how much Mary loved him, and that's all that really mattered. We learned that sometimes you have to give up the things you like, your favorite things, to show Jesus how much you care. Now, I know what some of you guys might be thinking, man, some of this stuff we're talking about, it sounds really hard to do. And that is true. But boys and girls, what we learned is sometimes you have to let go of the old if you really want to enjoy the new life that Jesus gives. And that's what baptism is all about. Now, we asked the question, am I ready to dive into new life? And some of you guys said yes by making a decision to be baptized this month. That is amazing. Whew. That's a lot of good stuff we've learned this month, right? And I want to make sure you guys have really been paying attention. So I thought the best way to do that is with a little game.
What's up, boys and girls, and welcome to What Are We Learning? What are we learning? You got it. Of course, I'm your host, Mr. Isaiah, and today we have two awesome contestants, and representing all of our leaders out there is Miss Madison. I'm sorry. Next up, representing all of our students out there is Mr. Elliot. And how today's game show is gonna work, it works just like this. You guys are gonna answer a series of questions. If you get the question correct, you get to splash your opponent. Now, if you get it incorrect, you also get to splash your opponent once again. No matter what, someone's getting splashed here today. I think we understand the rules. Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? I can't hear you. Here we go. First question is for you, Mr. Elliot. And your question is this. Complete this word. SPL blank SH. What letter completes that word?
A.
That is correct! Oh yeah, here you go. Grab that cup of water right there. Slide that over. At the count of 3, I want you to splash her right in the face. Ready? 1. Oh! That was a good one. That was a good one. Round of applause for you, sir.
There's
Way to
still
go.
more.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Okay. You're okay. I'm gonna put that. It's time for question number 2. Miss Madison, you have this question. And once again, she's representing all of our leaders out there, so no pressure. Your question is this. We talked about the woman at the well, and it was found in the book of John. How many books come before the book of John? That's not an answer. All right, boys and girls, that means Elliot gets this one as well. Oh! There's still some in there. Come on, gotta finish it. That's what I'm talking about. Well, Miss Madison, sometimes it pays to pay attention. Boys and girls, we'll be right back right after this.
So with all this stuff we've been learning during our Splash series, boys and girls, one thing seems really clear. The more connected to Jesus we stay, the more new life we get to enjoy. Now you may be thinking, Pastor Jonathan, is it even possible to stay connected to Jesus all the time? I mean, I can't be like reading my Bible and praying all day. I'd never have time to go swimming or play games or hide some slime in my sister's pillowcase, and that's good stuff, Pastor Jonathan. Well, here's the deal. Even though we should set aside time every day to spend with Jesus, we don't always get to do that. But there's good news. And that good news is this: God will never, ever, 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 ever leave us. Never. Even when we're far away, God still finds a way to reach out to us and pour more of that new living water that we need into our lives. Why does He do that? Because, boys and girls, even when it seems impossible, God always keeps His promises. That's pretty cool, right? Now, while you remember that, let's see what else you remember.
Welcome back to round 2 of our What Are We Learning? We're here again with our reigning champ, Mr. Elliot! And today, our next contestant representing all of our leaders out there is Mr. Travis! Oh yes, I am super excited for this round. I hope you guys are as well. Are we ready? Our next question. And it goes to Mr. Travis. Are you ready for this? Trust me, you should know this one. Now, we learned about Jesus being baptized by John the Baptist himself. If John the Baptist was alive and here today, what would be his favorite cereal? Nope, nothing. We've got nothing. All right. Matter of fact, it would be Honey Smacks. Honey Smacks would be the correct answer. All right, here we go. Ready for this one? Go ahead and grab that cup, Mr. Elliot. Oh. His mouth was open for that one. That was a good one. It's time for our next question. Mr. Elliot, are you ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, he's ready. And your question is this: where do you go to learn about Jesus each weekend? Hint, it rhymes with shmone.
The Zone.
Oh, that is correct!
It's not even fair. That's like so obvious.
Well, that's all the time we have for round 2. We'll see you guys in a little bit for round 3.
There's a lot of cool stories about Jesus and water in the Bible, but probably my favorite happens just minutes after Jesus has already died on the cross. See, He had just said, "Father, why have you forsaken me?" Because at that moment, Jesus felt further away from God than he ever had before. But here's the plot twist. God was still with him. There was new life inside of him, even as he was dying. And how do I know this? Because when the soldier came up to pierce Jesus' side with a spear, to make sure he was really truly dead, something happened that the soldier had never seen before and would probably never see again. Water came flowing out of Jesus' side. That's pretty weird, huh? Until you remember our Bible table verse. John 4:14 says, "But those who drink the water I give will never be thirsty again. It becomes a fresh, bubbling spring within them, giving them eternal life." There was a fresh, bubbling spring of eternal life that was still flowing out of him. And that's why Jesus didn't stay dead. That new life was so powerful, not even death could hold Jesus down. And here's the best part, boys and girls. Jesus offers that same new life to you and me. We don't have to be afraid of death anymore because that new life inside of us will keep us alive for eternity. That means that nothing, not even the most scary thing in the world, can burst our bubble. Instead, that new life will keep us protected, it'll keep us strong, and we will stay alive in Jesus because of the new life He's put inside of us. I think that's pretty amazing. So we said this 2-liter bottle of carbonated water was the new life that Jesus had poured into you. Remember that? So what happens when life shakes you up? Maybe you were expecting to have fun all day, but instead you had to help somebody in need. Or maybe a friend or family member made you upset, or sad, or angry, or maybe you just don't feel like being nice today. Are you gonna do what you feel? Or are you gonna let the new life that Jesus has poured into you bubble up like a fresh spring, so that when you open up to the people around you, new life comes splashing out? That was some pretty good stuff, huh? Now, if you'll excuse me.
What's up, boys and girls, and welcome back to a completely fair round of
What are we learning? That's right, it's gonna be fun. Hey, Mr. Isaiah.
Wait, what's up, Pastor Josh? What are you doing here?
Well, I just figure since our reigning champ, Mr. Elliott, has done such a good job, there's no competitors left. Well, you might as well go up against Mr. Isaiah himself. Am I right, boys and girls? Come on.
My mom.
No, you don't even live with your mom anymore.
She's visiting.
Can you sit down, please? This is a speed round. Clock, please. There it is. And it starts right now. Mr. Isaiah! Here is your question. What is this month's big idea?
I know this one. I know this one. I got it.
Okay, just say it.
It is. Dive in.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. The answer was actually dive in to new life.
I was gonna say that.
I want all of us to stand up on our feet and say the big idea one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Dive in to new life.
Never gonna give